Hey y'all. I should have brought my gloves. Oh my goodness. I'm in a different location. I have a bunch of errands that I have to run today. I started my day fairly early for my day off. One of the errands that I needed to take care of is getting my car serviced, and I figured I could bring my camera and do my video for today while that's taking place. So I'm going to upload it later on. But there was no quiet place at the car shop where I could record, and there was other people around, so I said, okay, I'll go to the park and record this video. But when I tell you, I'm out here in this 30 some odd degree weather. It has gotten warmer since I first left the house, but it's still cold for me. I know that many of y'all are in colder climates. Okay, train. I know that many of y'all are in colder climates, and I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. So we're going to muster through this video, and I do want to talk about the topic. I want to share it with y'all. So we're going to get started. When I started this process, this healing work, this healing journey, I don't really like to call it a journey. I just want to say that I don't know any other word that I can use to describe this whole experience. My healing work, maybe that. When I started my healing work, and this has been going on for many, many years, I've been really investing in myself for decades now. There's no way that you can think about all the different variables that you're going to encounter in this work. One of the things that I certainly did not account for and did not think that I had to deal with is loneliness. Healing work, tending to the things that you need to tend to in order to be a healthier, more truer version of yourself, can get lonely. It's not that I don't have people in my life that I can talk to. I most certainly do. And when I tell you, my support team hold me down in so many ways. For those of you that are watching that know, you know, I got people that hold me down in the spirit realm. Okay, that's how deep it is. But for the human beings who are here in the physical, I do have people that I can talk to, and I most certainly lean on them when I need to. Some I pay for their help, as in my therapist. I do have some mentors that I also work with. So I made sure, and I knew at some point along this process that I was going to need as much help and support as I could possibly get. And I am so glad that I did that and established that kind of in the beginning, middle stages of this process, because as things started to get harder around that time, and even now as I'm being forced to really stretch, or really not forced, I'm stretching myself in ways that I did not know was possible or capable for me. It's getting a lot harder, and there's already a really good rapport that I have with these people, so I don't feel as though I'm starting from scratch. They already know me. Some of these are family, these are friends, these are people that have been in my life for many years, and they support me in a lot of wonderful and holistic ways. With that said, there are particular situations that come up that I talk to people and I say, hey, I just need to vent. I'm very clear of what the support is that I need, and I can state that clearly. Most often it's in the very beginning of the conversation when I'm talking to them and I say, this is what I need. I just need to vent. Or sometimes I'll start off by saying, I have this thought, this idea, and I want to kind of run it by you, so let me know what you think. I'm very clear now on how these people can support me when I know what it is that I need. And there have been times where I've shared some things that I didn't necessarily know if I needed support or not, or if I just wanted to vent. But in either case, the people were really helpful. And because they love me so much, because they care about me so much, they wanted to help in as many ways possible. And I totally get that. Fortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, what was challenging was that they were giving me advice and sharing information based off of their lens, their perspective, how they would handle things. And while they know me and have known me for many years, I could completely understand how they would say, well, try this. And I'm someone who, if you give me information, I may roll my eyes and be like, okay, but I will give it a shot. I'm not going to dismiss it. I will take some time to say, maybe I should try that, because I'm asking someone that I trust and that I care about, and they're giving me information that I know is only meant to help me. What could it hurt if I just don't try what it is that they're suggesting? And sometimes those things work and sometimes they don't. But in either case, I'm open to giving different perspectives and I'm open to trying new things. What I had a lot of emotion around was not so much the strategy that they were sharing with me, but I didn't know if they really understood the emotion that I was feeling. I know that no one can ever understand and no one can ever truly know what it means to live in this body, to be me. Just as I have no idea what it's like to be another person, even with me knowing these people, loving these people, being in relationship with them for many years, I can't understand the complexity of their emotions and their history and all that stuff. So I do understand that when I'm having these conversations. And I would get frustrated because I would just say to myself, I get it. I know that this is what they think is best. And I've tried that and I've done that multiple times. I didn't try it just once. And this hasn't worked and that hasn't worked. Okay, I just got a phone call and then I had to move because the shade was coming in, and I said, oh, no, we need the sun. We need the sun. And I need to make sure that I'm in the sun and I'm in the warmth. So I'm going to hold the camera. I kind of forgot where I left off, but I think what I was saying right before I stopped was that I've tried many different things. I've tried the things that my support team have suggested, and I've tried them multiple times. And those things don't work. And it's not that I get frustrated that they don't work. It's not that I get frustrated that my support team is even telling me the same thing over and over again. And it's not just that it doesn't work. It's that I get faced with the realization that the solution is not outside of me. And going to these people, as wonderful and loving as they are, I know I keep saying that and making that a part of this conversation, and I probably should stop because it's known. I realize that the answers have to come within me. Many of these people, in fact, all of these people, all of my support team, do not live within close physical proximity of me. Everyone is in different states. I also think that that is important because there's just something about being with somebody day to day, seeing them going through things, even if I'm not verbally communicating stuff, even if I'm not having conversations where we're talking physically, like we're walking and talking together. If they're with me and they see the things that are happening and they're able to get the vibe energetically, then there's a different felt sense of what it is that I'm experiencing, what I'm going through. So when I go to pick up the phone and I'm about to call and reach out to a bunch of different people and ask, how should I handle this? What should I do? I stop and I say to myself, it's just you and God in this. It's really just you and God, Kendall. And I'll admit that feels scary sometimes. God has never let me down. Okay? God has never, ever let me down. I'm the one that has betrayed myself. I'm the one that has let myself down. I know that. I unequivocally know that to be fact. God has never, ever shown any slight hint of steering me in a direction that is not for my highest and greatest good. That's always been the case. When these moments come up and the rubber is hitting the road, where I feel, I don't want to say cornered, but I feel that my resources, the normal things that I would do, all of that has been depleted, and I'm down to absolutely bare bones. What do I do? That's when God is saying, hey, come to me. I can help you with this. And I'm most likely going to give you a solution that no one else is going to understand. And that's where the loneliness comes in, because I've had to make decisions, I've had to make choices, moves, say things, do things that when I've shared with my support team, nobody is bashing and saying, why did you do that? I don't have people in my life that do that. They will say, okay, curious as to what made you go in that direction. But what they'll do is they will continually support me and say, listen, you're the one that's going through this. You're the one that's experiencing this. And I'll continue to support you. I'll continue to be there for you. Whatever it is that you need, I will help you, most definitely. And that's absolutely wonderful. In here, though, it's scary, because I can tell that I'm making decisions and I'm moving in ways that these people have never seen, that they've never been accustomed to. I've never seen it. I've never done it before. I'm not accustomed to it. So it's scaring me. It's scaring me more than I think it. I don't know if it's scaring them. I think it's maybe making them kind of pause a little bit and say, okay, all right. Is it like, do we need to come? Like, do I need to come over there? Like, the loneliness, the isolation of it is really, it's difficult. And it's even harder when you're not alone. I'm not alone. I have people. I have team. I have people. I have a team. I got a spirit team. And I find that leaning on the spirit team, I can't see them. I can't hug them. I can't call them on the phone and hear their voice in like an instant way. It's not an instant gratification sort of thing. Praying and calling on God, calling on my ancestors, calling on my mother, my grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, my great-great-great-great, all of them. I know that they're with me all the time. I know that my angels are with me all the time. And I can reach out to them and they respond. I get confirmation that they respond. Ultimately, the wisdom is placed within me. And I can't look at anyone else around me and use them as a guide, because they're not me. They don't have the life experience that I have. They don't have the history that I have. They're not seeing things the way that I see them. It's really about trusting myself. And that really feels difficult when it comes to healing. That is where the loneliness can set in, because that self-trust, leaning on things that you can't see, that's when faith really has to show up and be that foundation that you stand on. And for me, faith has felt like, what is that, like a bounce house? Or maybe if I was like standing on Jello, that's the visual that I would always get when it came to people saying, well, step out on faith. It's like, well, I'm either stepping out on something that looks like it's invisible and there's nothing that's going to support me, or I'm stepping on something that feels very wobbly and I'm going to keep falling down and I'm going to keep just landing on my face every single time, not realizing that the spiritual is really where everything takes place first. The physical is the absolute last. And with this healing work, so much of it is unseen. So much of it is not felt or realized in the physical. When it is actualized, when it is brought into the physical, that's the last step. That's the very end of the manifestation of everything that happens internally. those prayers, that journaling, those conversations, the moments where I'm completely lost and sad and scared and afraid, and I'm calling out to God and I don't know what to do, or I'm lighting the candles on my ancestor altar and I'm saying, please help me. And when I'm seeking the answer and I know the answer within myself, but I don't want to actually do what I know is what I need to do because I'm so scared, because it means that I have to do something different. And I can only imagine, as someone outside of me, I can look at it even from perspectives of my children and my friends, aka chosen family, when they've done things, when they've pivoted and made decisions that I wouldn't have thought for them, but I know that they had to do it for themselves. It's very difficult to step back and say, okay, they got this. Not because I'm trying to control everything for them, because I love them and I'm just wanting to make sure that they're safe and that they're okay. And so I know that my people are doing the same thing for me. But in either case, it's a very lonely journey. It's a very lonely experience. And I want to be honest with y'all about that and tell you the truth of it and not sugarcoat it and not make it as though it's all rainbows and butterflies. It's none of that, okay? None of this healing work has been flowers and rainbows and cotton candy. It has not been that experience. It's been rough. It's been grimy. It has grit. It is dirty. It is messy. It is messy. It is messy. Did I say it's messy? It's messy. And as someone who has always wanted pristine, clean, easy, can we have it like that? Listen, it's been messy. The more that I trust myself, the more that I trust spirit, the more I trust God, the more I trust my ancestors, and really all of that is within me. Once again, it's me, it's here. Then I know that I'm going to be okay. And I have been. I look back at my life and I say, I got proof. God has shown and proved. My ancestors have shown and proved. And I have shown and proved to myself that I'm capable, that I can do this, that I have everything within me. It's all right here. It's all here. So if you're on this journey, if you're doing this work and you're finding that your relationships are changing, the people in your life are falling away, or the relationships are shifting in a way to where maybe the conversations that you were having with them are not the same conversations. Maybe you find yourself getting frustrated with the people that you absolutely loved and the people that you found such solace in, and you would talk for hours, and now the conversations are shorter and you really don't have anything to say, or whatever they're saying is not what you want to talk about. I understand. It's okay. You're not alone. It feels lonely, but you're not alone. You have you. And I know that you may want to lean on another person. I know that you may want to find that support in a physical person. What I have learned for myself is that I can't, it's irresponsible to expect one person to shoulder all of the support for every single thing that I need. That's why I have this person that I can lean to for this, and I can talk to this person about this. And if I need to go to this person, I know that I go to them for this thing. I can outsource certain things that I know that people have the capacity for. And I think that's much more of a loving thing that I could do for these people and the relationship and the dynamics that we have, rather than expecting one person to have all the answers and one person to be the sole supporter for me in this journey, in this walk. And with that, the one person that I can lean on for all the things is myself. And I will admit that that has been scary, because I didn't think that I was discerning enough. I didn't feel that I could trust myself, like I was saying before. But I have proof. I got proof from history. And I have God. And I have me tapping into myself. That's why the awareness practice is so important. That's why slowing down is so important. That's why all of these things have been really, really crucial in establishing these practices for a period of time, not just doing it, meditating for a little bit and then saying, okay, now I'm going to break out of my comfort zone. No, it's a process, and it's taken time to be stable enough to where that faith no longer feels like jello. and that faith no longer feels like stepping onto an invisible bridge, I know that when I step, there's always going to be a support, solid, sturdy, no matter what. So understand this. Know this. You're not alone. I understand what you're going through. And even if I don't understand your particular situation, what it is that you're working on, your boogeyman, your fears, whatever it is that you're dealing with and you're processing, I understand enough of the experience being lonely and isolating, even when you're in a room full of people. Your spirit team's got you. You got you. God's got you. And it all works out. And this period, this time, is refining and fine-tuning you to get to a place where you'll be able to have people that, as you level up, because this is a transitionary period, this is a time where that refinement is is happening. And if you know about refinement, you are in the fire, okay? But this is a time of transition, and this is a time where this leveling up is happening. I know that without a doubt. I'm leveling up. And in that level up, it means that there is a sort of, for lack of a better word, a purgatory period that I'm in. I'm coming out of it right now. I'm beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I know it's not a train coming on. It's actually, I'm coming out of the tunnel, and it's good. So the relationships that I've already had are beginning to tweak where they can match and meet me in different ways that they weren't able to before. And I'm getting new people. There's new people coming into my life that I didn't even have any idea would come into my life. I'm open and receptive to new friends, new mentors, new experiences, new teachers, new mentees. That's been an interesting thing. Mentees, not clients, mentees. That's a new journey. So yeah, it may be lonely, but you're not alone. I'll catch y'all on the next video. My hands are freezing. I gotta get inside, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, bye.